Hello, welcome in. This is Ricky Reacts. I want you to like and subscribe over here. Also, you can catch myself, Savannah Kelleher, Bill Colarulo, 2 to 6, Monday through Friday on Unfiltered, 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5 thefanatic.com, NBC Sports Philadelphia. All right, this is Ricky Reacts, where Dylan McKinnon, who's here with me, will ask me questions that, let's face it, I might not know the answers to. And because I don't know the questions, if I don't know the answers, I'm going to make something up. So it might be interesting. Stay with us. Go ahead, Dill.
Moves are starting to be made in the MLB. Taylor Ward was traded to the Orioles this morning. What is the best realistic move that you think the Phillies can make to improve their lineup?
Oh, wow. That's a heck of a question to come out with there. I just think, number one, they have to revamp the whole outfield. I think that's what it really comes down to. And it starts with a trade of Nick Castellanos. I think, once you trade him, you get rid of $20 million in salary. That opens up a position. You have to make a decision whether you think Brandon Marsh will be a guy that could be a backup in your outfield, or you use him as trade bait. And then, you fill in those positions as necessary. And they're in a weird situation here, because I don't think it's any secret that 2027 is a big question mark right now. And in a sense that there's probably going to be a lockout, there could be a strike, whichever way that decides to go. But there could be that could bring in like veteran players. And quite frankly, you go look at the free agents. It's not like a lot pops out to you. Maybe Tucker pops out to you that you could possibly go and get him. But I mean, there are some serious thoughts that need to be put into this Phillies outfield, and it's not just one guy. So that makes it tough to just go say, well, go get this guy. And I think the Phillies got to start from within. And when you start from within, I think that means you have to make a decision at third base. Do you want Alec Bohm here? You have to make a decision with the DH. Are you going to be able to re-sign Kyle Schwarber? And number three, are you going to be able to re-sign JT Realmuto? I know the whole Adley Rutschman thing has already come up, that the Phillies were quote unquote interested. And I think that would be an answer to one thing. I think if they went and did that, you're not going out to get a guy like that as a backup. But to bring up one guy, it's not one guy they need. I would say, if I were going to go one guy and strictly one guy, I would say Kyle Schwarber. The guy brings 50 home runs and 100 plus RBIs every season. You don't find that every day on the free agent market.
We're seeing Jaelan Phillips already make a huge impact after the Eagles traded for him. This is a two-part question. One, what is Howie Roseman's best trade ever? And two, what is the best trade in sports history, period, that you can think of?
Best trade ever by Howie? It actually might end up being Phillips.
Yeah.
I mean, when you look at it and what he's doing right now and how he solidified the defense like that, I mean, you really have to give him a lot of credit, because I didn't think it could be done. I mean, in the same breath, he made the two trades for Alexander, who hasn't done anything, and Michael Carter II from the Jets, who hasn't done anything yet either. So, I mean, I guess there's going to be hits and misses, but you got to believe that, I'm trying to think of any other great trades that I would even.
With like A.J. Brown, obviously a big one.
I mean, A.J. Brown was a big one, but I mean, look at the issues you have with A.J. right now. I mean, I think you got to look at it as the whole thing. And with Jaelan Phillips, it's just a start, but you believe that he's a cornerstone on that defense now. So, yeah, there's was Zach Bond a free agent?
He's a free agent.
I would have said that one was a great one too, but. You know what? I'm going to stick with Jaelan Phillips. Going to end up being one of the better ones for Howie. If you think about it, a lot of this team is homegrown talent right now. So I mean, there's not a lot out there. A lot of people like to say that they traded for. Let's see, who else? What was Barkley? Barkley was a
signing.
He was a signing, but I mean, that was a great move by him. I'll give him that much. Anyways, God. What was the second part of the question?
Best trade you can think of in sports history, period.
Best trade in sports history? I got to say, when Mark McGwire went to the St. Louis Cardinals. I mean, think about what he did for the Cardinals, how many home runs he hit for the Cardinals. Uh, it was pretty incredible. I mean, when you really look at it, they got a guy that was a bona fide home run hitter, and he did not disappoint when he came over. That rarely happens. Usually you go out, get somebody, and things kind of go a little bit haywire with the guy that you traded, or the people you traded for or to the other team take off and end up being all-stars, but that didn't happen in that situation.
Okay, there was a story I saw in the news. Someone stole a city bus, started driving it around, but they just did the route. They picked up passengers, made stops at bus stops.
So they just wanted a job.
And like there was no dings on the bus, no dents. They never crashed into everything. They just did the route. He even denied someone getting on the bus who didn't have the bus card.
Are you serious?
Yeah.
I didn't see this. This is nuts. What's the question?
Do you think you could drive a city bus without issue?
I probably could, but I don't think there would definitely be dings and dents. And I have a little problem when people are driving poorly in front of me. I have a problem. I'm not going to sit here and lie about this, that I don't get annoyed. I would be way too annoyed. Can you imagine a city bus? You're taking these turns. You got people halfway parked out on the streets. You know those people that parked on the corners where they're not supposed to be. Way too many issues that go along with being a bus driver. Those guys, I'll tell you right now, they're underpaid, because that would drive me up a freaking wall every day I got in that bus. I mean, how do you not have road rage? You have to be severely grounded to have a job like that, where there's so many idiots out on the road. Think about that for a second. You got to be out of your mind. You have to be out of your mind. Dealing with people, the thugs that get on sometimes, you just never know. There's problems everywhere as a bus driver. I couldn't take it just for the driving aspect of it.
Yeah, so we did this a few weeks ago, but now with more information, I want to do it again. I'm going to list off a bunch of NFL team names, and you just tell me if they're contenders or pretenders. All right. The Kansas City Chiefs.
Pretenders. I don't think they make the playoffs. And I know a lot of people look at me, you could never count them out. They have not looked good really all season. They may have had a game or two in there where it looked like the Chiefs of old. But I mean, I think what it's starting to look like is the Chiefs are old. And I think that's going to end up coming back to haunt them. I just, number one, a contender, no. Can they maybe sneak in a playoff spot? Yeah, but it's not going to be a home field advantage for them. How about taking that one to the bank, Kansas City? They're not going anywhere this year. I can't do it. Who's number two?
Okay, another AFC team that kind of has dug themselves into a hole, the Baltimore Ravens.
I think they make the playoffs. I think they end up kind of on the comeback trail. But, I mean, without Lamar Jackson, that team was really kind of devastated. The one thing that has improved with them is their defense. Their defense went from garbage to being pretty good now. So I guess you could take that into consideration, in the fact that maybe their defense could handle some things in a playoff game. I still think pretender. I still think they got to be a pretender.
Okay. A team with one of your favorite quarterbacks, the Seattle Seahawks.
Seattle Seahawks, I think Sam Darnold folds. I think they're a pretty good team in general. They have some pretty good weapons. But I don't know. My partner Bill, he can get over what happened in the playoffs last year. But let's face it. When you looked at the Minnesota Vikings last year, what was the first thing you thought of? Sam Darnold will not get through any playoff games, and it's exactly what happened. And now this year again, if you ask most people about the Seahawks, what's the first thing that pops into mind? They won't get through the playoffs, and I agree with them.
Okay, how about the Bears?
No, just no. I just no. They may win their division, but I think they're an early exit in the playoffs. And by the way, if they have to come into Philadelphia, good luck.
Okay, Green Bay Packers.
No, I have no. I think they're a good team. I think Jordan Love looks scared against the Eagles. And that, to me, is basically a playoff game. You're playing against the defending Super Bowl champions. You have to come with your A game. He couldn't do it.
Okay, and finally,
they lost Kraft. That's a problem.
Okay, finally, we'll end up with the New England Patriots.
I think they are. I would not have said this two weeks ago. I just think Drake May has kind of come into his own. Stevenson has been really good as a running back. their defensive line reminds me a lot of the Eagles, where they got to get a lot of pressure into the backfield. They get a really good push on that defensive line, and they can hold teams down no matter who you are. So I think that automatically makes you a contender. The only thing that I would be worried about is May gets into the playoffs and maybe he has those jitters when he goes into a game in the playoffs. But I think they're a really good team, and I think Vrabel's done a really nice job up there. There you have it. Ricky Reacts. Yeah, by the way, you can catch myself, Bill Keller, William, I almost said Bill. What was I going to say? Bill Kelleher? Yeah, you can catch Bill Kelleher and Silvana Colarulo on Unfiltered, Monday through Friday, 2 to 6, 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5 TheFanatic.com, and NBC Sports Philadelphia. Thanks for watching Unfiltered on YouTube. You could like and subscribe down here. You could also see our other shows over here. Go ahead and watch them all. We love when you watch. The one thing, hey, you could also catch us on 97.5 The Fanatic, 97.5 TheFanatic.com, and NBC Sports Philadelphia. See you there.